All right, I'm on hole number 7 of the 2020 St. Patrick's Day tournament. I'm in Tuesday's qualifying round in the Ricky division. And these last 3 holes, we need to finish strong. We got a par 4 that's super eagleable. We got a par 3 that's super hole-in-oneable. And we have a par 5 that most people are not going to get the eagle. And we can get an eagle. We can get the eagle out there and be on and 2 and be putting for eagle. And so we want to finish strong. We want to finish 2-2-2. And so let's get it done on hole number 7. And I learned something on hole number 7 yesterday, and this is on Glen Monarch. It's going to be hole number 2. Hole number 2. Da-da-da-da. Okay, you can, with the way that the wind's blowing, the way the wind's kind of blowing in this direction right here, you can, if you come on this hole, and you hit a max overpower shot perfect, you could come out here with an extra mile and a power 5 ball, and you have a 1 ring window right here where you could catch it with about 4 to 5 topspin and bring yourself over to the cup, or bring yourself at least onto this fairway pad right here. It is possible, but you have to hit it perfect. If you don't hit that max overpower hook, that max overpower shot, not a hook, just a max overpower shot perfect, you're going to get blown off into this rough, or you're going to get blown off here. There is your yellow ring, and it's going to take an extra mile or a bigger apocalypse in order to get over there. And you just barely have that one spot the way the wind's blowing. Yesterday I was out here, I had like a 3.4 or 3.6 wind, somewhere in that neighborhood. And if I set it up so that I was here and let the wind push me over, I had 1 ring of room here, maybe just a little bit on either side, but not much off of perfect. And you could get over there. But to me, that's, if you can hit an overpower shot perfect every time, then it might be a good way to go, because you could get on and 1. But if you miss it one time, you're in the rough, and now you've just diminished your shot, when you can get out to this spot right here pretty easy. And you've got a minimum short iron or a maximum wedge to come to the cup. Now, here's what I learned yesterday. Because we have this headwind, when you set your shot up to the cup, I usually like to use about 1 backspin. And because of where the red line is, you may have to use a little bit more, and your ball guide may tail off. So you've got a little bit of a tail, and then it shows the bounces. And that tail will be here in the cup, and you could terminate in the cup. You need to move it forward so that the flat part is like right at the edge of the cup. You need to move it forward because this headwind is laying it down, and you'll end up a little short of the hole. So you need to make sure that you push it forward so that like the last real bounce is like right at the cup, because it will lay it back a little bit, and you'll end up short. So I'm going to bring, in my main account, I'm going to bring a Kingmaker on this hole because I want to cut the wind down on the second shot. And I'm doing a plus 10% on the drive, and I'm doing a minus 10% to the cup. Where you start, the tee box and the green are on the same level, but where we're hitting to is downhill. So we're going to hit to downhill, and then we're going to hit up to the green. So we're going to add on wind on the drive, and we're going to take off wind on the second shot. And it's either going to be in my Hornet or my Rapier, and I'm going to use a Titan, the king of balls. This tournament is sponsored by Titan. And if you've got Kingmakers, you could replace out those Titans for Kingmakers, but there's a lot of holes in this tournament. You need a 3 power ball. Trying to get the eagle. We want to get eagles on all 3 of these par 4s. They're the holes. It'd be nice to get a hole-in-one on one of these par 3s. My original thought going in was it was going to be hole number 4 and hole number 8 that were the real hole-in-oneable par 3s, but I'm changing my tune, and it's going to be 1 and 8 because the wind on 4 blows. And I have 3 different ways. There's 3 different ways that you can come at hole number 4, and I know how to shoot all 3 ways, but I'm still trying to see if I can work it out on the primary shot, the rough bump. And it's not working out for me so far. There's actually 4 shots on there. You could do a rough bump, you can hit from the back, you can hit from the left, or you can take a Guardian and stick it right to the hole. And I may just bag all that stuff and just stick it right to the cup. And it's very easy to end out in that rough. And you do not, this is a serious eagle shot if you're in the fairway. I mean, you can still make it from there, but the deal is that you want to work your butt off to try and end up in the fairway. I'm just going to try and ride that wave all the way up there to the front. 3.7. I'm going to do a 10%, so that's going to be 4.1. And that's a 2-ring pull. So I'm going to do a 4.2 is a 2-ring pull. So I'm going to just do a 2-ring pull. I'm going to lean just a little to the left. Not much, just lean against the nubs. Hitting it perfect. And with that extra mile 9, it's all about whether or not you can bleed out too far. If you hit it great to the right there, you'd more than likely clip the rough behind you, and you wouldn't, and then you'd roll out in the fairway and just be. But if you cleared it, you may. And I've taken that shot all week long with the extra mile 9 and with max topspin. You won't overshoot it as long as you don't put on any overpower, and as long as you're 2 rings off that transitional surface in that pocket. I don't want to take any risks of ever hitting rough areas if I can help it. So I almost always set my shots up so that I'm at 2 rings off. If I'm doing big curl, it's at least 3. Sometimes I'll pinch it and I'll be 2.5, but you hardly ever see me do a max curl shot where I'm less than 2.5 rings off. Okay, I'm taking 10% of the wind out. Let's see what club I'm in. If I'm in my Hornet, it's 2.2. If I'm in my Rapier, it's 1.3. I'm in my Hornet and I am right at minimum club. I mean, right at minimum club. And you can see where I'm ending with that tail. I want to move that tail forward so that I see it on the other side of that cup. I'm going to push that forward just a little bit. It's 2.2 per ring, and I'm taking off 10%, so that's going to be 2.5, 2.4. There's 2.2. So we're just a little teeny bit over that. Trying to hit it perfect. Oh, got it great to the right. And it'll miss great to the right. Just great to the right. And you can see how it ended up short. If I would have been on perfect, it would have went in the hole. It would have just barely went in the hole. But you need to push that blast bounce right up to the edge of the cup because it's laying it back. Yesterday, I had the tail just ending in the hole, and I ended up short the entire tail. And so just kind of working out like what kind of forward distance I need there. But all 3 of these par 4s, the shots that I'm taking, all they require is that you hit it perfect going into the cup and bam, you're in the hole. So I like that because those 3 holes are my focus for the week. Because if you can pick up those and you shoot the minimum score and you pick up hole number 9, if you pick up the eagle on hole number 9, you're at 30. And that means anything else that you can pick up, if you can pick up an Albie or if you can pick up a hole-in-one, you're golden. Because we're going to see people shooting 34s in the weekend round and possibly even higher. So I think in most brackets, though, if you shoot a 30 plus, you're in the hunt for a win. I'm going to forfeit. All right, that was hole number 7 of the 2020 St. Patrick's Day Tournament and Tuesday's qualifying round in the rookie division. Let's see where we're at. Just getting up there to the cutoff line. It looked like minus 10, minus 11 was going to get in, and we're going to see minus 14, minus 15s up at the top. So that's what I'm saying is people are already starting to dial these in, and that minus 15 is going to put you in a banner hunt. But depending on your bracket in the weekend round, you may have to shoot a minus 32. And so that means you have to pick up those par 4s and the eagle on hole number 9 and one of the par 3s or one of the par 5s. So we need to be on our A game with those par 4s as far as hitting perfect into the cup because all 6 opportunities we have to hit perfect. All right, that was hole number 7 of the 2020 St. Patrick's Day tournament. Thanks for watching.